is finally here, and it's going to be, I think, an important make or break month for the Google Pixel platform. Hear me out on this. So, the Pixel phones, one, we've got the Pixel Fold finally coming at the end of the month, and that's a big deal. This is their first foldable, and there's a lot of concerns about it. There's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of concern. Most folks wanted it to come in cheaper than $17.99. A lot of folks aren't happy about the fact that it has the Tensor 2, not the Tensor 3. There are just some concerns there, especially because of like the battery life and the heating issues that have still not completely left the platform, but are much better than last year with the original Google Tensor. So we'll have to see what happens there, but also we're going to have the quarterly feature drop with our update, our monthly security patch, all that stuff this month. So when it comes to the Google Pixel phones, of course, one of the great benefits is you get a quarterly feature drop. What does that mean? Well, we know that we get the monthly security patch and some fixes every month, but every quarter we get a couple new features. And this is stuff that might just roll out to the phone, some stuff that's starting to roll out to the watch now, and that's something that's exciting that a lot of Pixel fans look forward to. Traditionally, we get the update on the first Monday of the month. They actually did that this last month, which actually coincided, it actually happened to be the first. So I was really excited to see that. But I think over the last 2 years, ever since we moved over to the Tensor platform, there's been some tension, pun intended, because the software updates may not always be as regularly. We had to have a special software drop a couple of weeks ago because of the battery issues that was caused by the last update. So every month, I think a lot of people hold their breath when these updates come out because, one, you may not get it. For the last 2 or 3 months, Verizon customers were not getting them on time. They were a month or two delayed. Before that, it was T-Mobile customers that were a month or two delayed. Then we're having fixes, or having patches, and this has been an ongoing thing basically since the Pixel 6 platform launched. And the thing is, most people genuinely love the hardware. So many people love the Pixel 6. So many people love the Pixel 7, but the software experience or the fingerprint scanner or like the lack of facial recognition last year was a big hang up for a lot of folks. And it's been kind of a storied thing ever since it's come out. So we need to see some more consistency here, especially as we lead up to the Pixel 8. But the Pixel Fold has to be flawless. Now, the Pixel 7a has been pretty good, but basically it's hard to screw that up, honestly, because the Pixel 7a is essentially just a slightly watered down Pixel 7. Same chip, not a whole lot of changes other than like the cameras and some other watered down features. But by and large, I think the Pixel 7a has been okay. Even though I still, hear murmurings from folks about battery and fingerprint scanners and all that. We need to leave that behind us. So when it comes to the Pixel Fold, like we make exceptions, right? When we talk about the $500 phone, the $400 phone, the $600 phone, yeah, a lot of people might turn the other cheek. They might go, well, it's not that expensive, or I kind of expected this from Google. This happens all the time. They'll fix it. Well, we can't have those things when it comes to the Fold at the end of the month. It has to be pristine. You can't have an $1,800 phone and show up and have fingerprint scanner issues. You can't have an $1,800 phone show up and it gets 4 hours of battery life or it's overheating. And we're going to hear that. The first week of that phone coming out, there's going to be a lot of folks saying, my phone's getting hot, it's overheating, when it doesn't overheat. I've never had a Pixel 7 device overheat. A lot of people associate overheating with the phone getting hot. But overheating means like it gets so hot that the software starts having problems, crashes, hardware issues, apps closing. That's overheating. Now, they are very heat tolerant. They will get hot sometimes. But the first couple of days, and I have to set this expectation, sadly, whenever I make these videos, especially about the Pixel 7, I said, look, the first couple of days, your phone will get hot. Especially the first 48 hours because it's brand new, it's downloading everything, it's running all the stuff in the background, the software optimization hasn't kicked in, the battery life's not going to be at 100% until about 5 days once you get the adaptive battery that kicks in. So don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. The Tensors typically run a little hot. So just take that with a grain of salt. It's not overheating. Your phone will be fine after 2 or 3 days. And then I had a lot of people say, hey, you were right, and came back a few days later and yeah, it's perfectly fine now. Better battery life, no heat issues, blah, blah, blah. So this is the Tensor 2 coming out in the Pixel Fold. We know this. This is not a surprise. Everybody knows we're getting the Tensor 2. I really wish it was a Tensor 3, especially for a $1,799 phone, but I don't know why they decided to do this. Maybe because they feel like the Tensor 2 is more stable. Maybe because they feel like they're taking less of a gamble. I don't know. But we also have Android 14 is going to be coming out in a couple months too, and thank goodness it seems like Google learned their lesson. So the last lesson was don't launch a new chip, a new phone, and new software all at the same time. It was like a perfect storm of bad things because the original Google Tensor had issues, the Pixel 6 had issues, and the software had issues. And all of that we found out very quickly as soon as the phone came out. So they actually kind of did a little bit of a rush job on Android 13 and got it out as quickly as possible. I'd like to call Android 13 Android 12.5. Like it's kind of like Android 12 plus. It's not. It didn't feel like a big update, but it fixed so many things. And Android 13 has been very, very good. Like Android 13 has been very solid. So that's one of the reasons why I think they wanted to go ahead and launch the Fold before Android 14 comes out, because we have the software stability, we have the same chipset, we have the same Tensor 2, so they're working with the same known hardware, and it removes some of the variables. But I think it plays it a little too safe and doesn't give us the hardware that's worth the money that we're paying for. So we'll see there. But yeah, so we've got all these new phones. We got all these Tensor devices out there now. We've got the Pixel 6, 6 Pro, 6A, the 7, the 7 Pro, the 7A. We've seen 2 complete development cycles now. We've seen a lot of changes. We've seen a lot of growth and development, and that's some positive signs. So we'll see what happens with the quarterly feature drop. This should be dropping on June the 5th. That's supposed to be Monday, at least if I did my counting right, but I'm going on vacation on June 6th, which is Tuesday. So I think I'm okay there. So that'll give me opportunity to cover that as well. But yeah, June 5th should be the date. As long as there's no issues, we should get the quarterly feature drop. It should be hopefully on time. If not, I'll be here to talk about it. But yeah, we got a big month for that. Android 14 is almost at platform stability. It looks like it's on timeline to come out in August, just like Android 13 did last year. So it'll be interesting to drop Android 13 with the Pixel Fold and then know that just a couple weeks later, probably we're going to get Android 14. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope the best for it. I pre-ordered the Pixel Fold. I mean, I'm going to cover it. Y'all guys know that I love the Pixel phones here. I love to cover them. I like to take a reasonable, realistic approach to things. And I like to set expectations for whenever it comes to these phones, because you guys are spending your hard-earned money on it. Like, I don't want to sell you a story down the river and be like, oh yeah, this is perfect, everything's great, go out and spend your money on it. But I am committed to the platform. I think they've made a lot of good changes. I think they've fixed a lot of things. I think they've shown a lot of improvements as they've gone down this route for the whole Tensor project over the last 2 years. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully good things happen. Hopefully we have no issues with the June patch and quarterly update and feature drop, and hopefully the Pixel Fold is pristine, and hopefully we get platform stability for Android 14 soon. I can't wait to have that not too long from now, right? So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, then please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you're excited about the Pixel Fold, if you're excited about the quarterly feature drop, if you're excited about what's going on in the Pixel space, let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.